The first thing I always do is starting by counting by pi over 4s at 45 degrees, and every 45 degrees we're going to add another pi over 4. So we're going to start at the first 45, do pi over 4, and then 2 pi over 4 at the 90, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and then at 180, 4 pi over 4 is pi, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, which reduces to 3 pi over 2, 7 pi over 4, and then at 360 degrees, 8 pi over 4, which reduces to 2 pi. And then to fill out the other remaining degrees, I'm going to count by pi over 6, and you do that at every 30 degrees. So the first 30 degrees, pi over 6, second, 2 pi over 6, which reduces to pi over 3, 3 pi over 6, which reduces to pi over 2, next 30 degrees, we have 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, and finally, once again, 12 pi over 6. And then to figure out our actual values at each degree of sine and cosine, and then you can figure out all of your reciprocal functions as well as tangent from those. We need to look at first that cosine is actually going to be our x values, and sine are our y values. If you can remember the first 3 at 30, 45, and 60, it's really easy to remember all the rest of them. And before that, we need to look at the actual signs, so the SIGNs, the negative or the positive of each. So I always use all students try cheating to remember this, meaning that all of the functions are positive in quadrant 1. Sine and its reciprocal function, cosecant, are positive in quadrant 2. Tangent and cotangent are positive in quadrant 3. And cosine and secant are positive in quadrant 4. So let's go to the first ones, where they're all positive. They're all going to be over 2. And then we start out by counting over square roots of 1, 2, and 3. So square roots of 1 is 1, square roots of 2, square roots of 3, oops. And then we do the opposite here. So we say 1, square roots of 2, square roots of 3. And you simply steal this value, you place it here with the correct signs. So remembering that cosine is going to be positive here, everything else is going to be negative except for secant, but we're not worried about that right now. We know the square roots of 3, 2 is positive, but it's negative 1/2. Same thing, we're just going to count 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So square roots of 2 over 2, negative square roots of 2 over 2, 1/2, and negative square roots of 3 over 2. So for quadrant 3, tangent and cotangent are positive. We're not actually looking at those values, so both cosine and sine are going to be negative. So once again, I'm just going to steal this value, put it here. So it's negative 1/2, negative square roots of 3 over 2. Once again, 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3. So negative square roots of 3 over 2, negative 1/2, negative square roots of 2 over 2, negative square roots of 2 over 2. So 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Steal this value, put it here. Except for here, remember that sine is positive. So cosine is still going to be negative. Negative square roots of 3 over 2, 1/2, and then the same. 3, 2, 1.